I believe it's actually in the Gospel of Thomas too, but that just wasn't canonized and didn't end up in the Bible.
They didn't choose that.
So there's some Gospels that actually have similar stories.
Why do they call Muhammad a pedophile? I always hear that from Christians.
Fair question with all the propaganda.
You want to take this one?
I always hate. I'm tired of talking this.
I know it's been debunked. It's been debunked
It's the only
so many
bullshit
times.
attack they have on the faith, man. You cook it, bro. You're good today, bro.
I mean, that's the ace in the hole. They always say it.
First of all, it's not even so. They're talking about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's marriage with Aisha. So it's not even 100% confirmed that she was supposedly 9 years old.
She would have never known. This is common sense. My grandmother died about 30 years ago. She grew up in rural Albania. We're talking this century.
Yeah.
They had no documents. They had nothing. She didn't even know her own age.
Wow.
Okay, that's number one. That's in the last 100 years.
Right.
Okay, many places in the world, third world, if they don't keep documents, right? It's getting more and more with the UN because they love that. They want to make sure we get the marks of the beast in our hands, and everyone's going to know their birthday.
Right.
So in a society that was not a record keep, not a very accurate one, mostly oral, most people could not read, illiterate. If you don't know your own age, how are you going to know your age at the time you're saying this is my age? That's number one. That's our first argument.
Right.
Number two, they want to make a microscope onto the ancient Arabians of the desert, when even within our own country, if we look at the law of consent in the U.S.,
Delaware.
and I'm not defending this, but we got to put things into context. Delaware was 7 years old, bro. I'd hang someone they try to be with my daughter at 7.
Yeah, statutory rape is like it's a new concept. Really.
Okay,
Social
yeah, and I want
construct.
you to, because that point you always make is very important.
Yeah, I got it.
But let me just finish this part and then hit it. So it's like, if you really take a step back, and I challenge the audience, the one faith that they try to make seem is the one that oppresses women the most is literally the first faith to liberate them. If you were a Christian woman or a Jewish woman in Europe, you could not own land. Arranged marriage, same thing exists in Christianity and Judaism. It's forbidden in Islam. Does it happen culturally? Then you have people talking about female circumcision, for example, like when they talk about...
Right.
So, did you know that 50% of the female circumcision is Christian African tribes?
Didn't know that.
Has nothing. It's forbidden in Islam to deform the female clitoris. Forbidden. They say female circumcision. Those are cultural things. If you could simple chat GBT, I dare your editor to pull this up and throw it up there. We'll say it existed before Islam even ever came there. Some people have a hard time letting go of their culture and following the rules of the faith. Some people become a Muslim. They know it's the truth, but they still drink.
Right.
It's the same thing culturally.
Yeah, I
So
still
when
eat
they
bacon.
say he was when they say he was a pedo, I would say we know she was past the age of puberty. She was engaged. We don't know for sure if she was 9. In Islam, there has to be a couple of things, and I want, because he says it the best. So we don't know for sure if she was. It wasn't 100%. There's no way.
Bro, the main point is that she wasn't prepubescent. This is the main thing at the end of the day. So think about it
Did
like
she have
this.
a baby or something? Or
With him? With the Prophet Muhammad?
No.
Yeah.
He had some children, but they all passed away. And he was an orphan himself. So his first wife was 20 years older than him.
Yeah,
If he liked them young, he was the king, brother. He could have had them all if he wanted.
She was, so he had, I believe, 9 wives. She was his only wife that was actually younger than him. And so what the hadith says is that, you know, they were engaged at 6, which was common. People would be engaged before they actually got married. You know, there's multiple reasons. There's political, there's connections. You know, he was a prophet of...
Doesn't automatically mean that they're having like
Brother, my
sexual
grandparents,
relations.
my grandparents were engaged before they were born.
But
In Albania. Albania, arranged marriage is very common. Are you from an arranged society? Okay. Marriages were arranged in most societies around the world, even in Europe, okay? Even before kids could even talk. It was for clans, it was for business, it was for honoring families. Most marriages, Asia, Africa, Europe, everywhere in the world were arranged. Bar mitzvah in the Jewish faith, 13 years old. Would you let your daughter get married 13? It was to symbolize to society she's of age for marriage. That's what the fuck a bar mitzvah is. You are a man. Why do they say something? What the fuck you mean he's a man? He's 13. They still do it today. That's your tradition. Because that was the way of the world back then.
Yes,
But
lifespans were shorter.
female circumcision is forbidden in Islam.
Yeah.
And read when it started, before Islam. So I say,
Latino cultures have like my
quinceañera. Same thing. Would you let your sweet 16? That's what that is. My daughter is of age to be courted. Would you let your daughter get married at 16?
Hell no.
But
That's where that tradition comes from.
But think about it like this.
Makes sense.
Come on,
Honestly,
man.
this is gonna be a crazy hot take. But the age of consent in Islam, for me, is actually a proof that it's divine, that is from God. Because there isn't an age. There's a few different circumstances for it. One, you have to be past puberty. This isn't something up until 100 years ago. There wasn't. I need my daughter to be, you know, wait until 18 and then go to college for 4 years and get ran through by 25 million guys and then get married and a 50% divorce rate. This wasn't a thing. So if he was a pedophile, astaghfirullah, I don't even want to say that. Why would he even wait? Why would there even be that period of waiting without having, intercourse with her?
Yeah.
And then secondly, mentally mature, and what? The father has to approve. Who cares more about
And
his
if
daughter?
she doesn't want it, the
And-
first faith on earth to say the woman can say no.
Yeah, so if a dad tries
Someone
to bring a
tried
guy,
to send him a wife.
Yeah.
And he saw, and she was sad. He's like, did you want her? She says, no, you go back to your family.
Yeah.
Christian Europe, Jewish Europe too. Arranged marriage, that's it. Your family told you, Albania. Had nothing to do with faith. These were cultural traditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The 18, that's like a social construct of today. Anything under 18 is illegal. Like
Again, we're not
Except in-
defending it.
yeah,
Except in here in Vegas, you don't have to be 16.
But then even following Sharia law, you have to follow the laws of your land.
Yeah.
So it's actually forbidden in Islam if you live in America to get married under 18.
Brother, I met Chris Hansen
That's
this
haram.
year.
You're going
I'm friends
against
with Chris
it.
Hansen. I love
Right,
him. He's my
right.
hero. That's
Chris
my
Hansen.
Batman. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Look up, scroll down. Who is he not the GOAT?
Chris Hansen.
Why don't you have a seat right there? Some fucking guy comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Bible, there's no mention of age of consent in the Bible. There's
But how could there be an age? Think about it. You look at videos from 25 years ago of people in high school, they look like they're 35. You look at videos of kids in high school now, they look like they're babies.